we're going to actually stream the live training room on our TradingView channel. Michael will take the screens at 9:15, pregame warm-up, and then Wall Street opens, of course, at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. However, futures trade around the clock, and so we work around the clock. Let me show you what's happened overnight while you and I were sleeping. On the daily chart, we've gotten below blue and climbing. We have a red candle. If this red candle closes below blue and climbing today, this next area of support is the 24% fib retracement. Then we've got the low here of January 31st, the low of January 25th. Here's the 38% fib retracement. Here's the 50% fib retracement. Now, what does all this mean? The green line's called the BVC, stands for bull bear cross. Prices above it, we're bullish. Prices below it, we're bearish. We anticipate higher prices, we anticipate lower prices, we anticipate higher prices. The red and blue indicator, CFMA1, I refer to it as blue and climbing and red and falling. Blue and climbing, red and falling. So we're just below, and this is a really important inflection point in the markets, okay? We're sitting right at the daily BVC. Now, everything I say about the daily chart is true across all markets, all time frames. That includes individual stocks, crypto, Forex, everything. Now, last night, all of our members received this. Now, let me show it to you real quick. Concierge trade alerts. We have two types of alerts. The Logic 247 alerts, which are based on current price action. The CTAs are based on historic price action. When historic price action meets current price action, that's where you'll find some of your best high probability, low risk trade opportunities. So last night at 7:25 p.m. Eastern, all of our members received this list. And each market has two numbers. So what you do when the list comes out is you take, let's say the ES as an example, you make a note on your 30-minute chart where price is at 7:25 p.m. Eastern. If price starts trending up towards 41.39, that's bullish. So our strategy is going to look for opportunities to be long the market. On the other hand, if price starts trending down towards 40.77, that's bearish. Our strategy will look for opportunities to be short the market. In either case, that's where you'll use Logic 247 and everything you learn in the live training room every trading day to yourself, learn to find opportunities to be long or short the market. Let's bring this down. If you want to grab a screenshot of these, you're welcome to do that. If you're not a member, if you're not a free trial member, then if you're just a civilian, you didn't get this list last night. So let's show you what happened with the list. Pull this down. We'll go to the ES 30-minute chart. Okay. The vertical line separates today, Friday, from yesterday, Thursday. Friday started this morning at, or last night at 6 p.m. Eastern. Price consolidated along the weekly trading zone, and then it quickly dropped to the target at 40.77, and then price found support at the weekly trading zone. When price drops to a zone, we expect support until proven otherwise. So we consolidated here for a number of hours, and then we dropped to the zone below. Now these zones were issued Monday morning at 6:15 a.m. Eastern. We've published the zones since December 14th of 2009. Once you understand how price behaves around the weekly trading zones, it will become one of the most important tools in your trading toolbox. So right here where the market found support, that number went out to our members this past Monday morning at 6:15 a.m. Eastern. These lines in the sand are the CTAs from last night. I've drawn a line in the sand at 41.39, line in the sand at 40.77. 41.39, 40.77. Once price hits a target, there's a high probability it will get back above the target. Do it again. Right now we're up against resistance at the BBC on the 30-minute chart, but we got blue and climbing below us. So price is trapped between resistance and support. On the Dow, here's where the market opened, and the market dropped right to our short target right here at 585. Found support at the zone, bounced, came through the target again, found support at the zone and bounced. And we're up against the BBC, which is potential resistance. On the Russell, here's where the market opened. Price came right down to the zone, consolidated. Remember, when price drops to a zone, we expect support. When it rallies to a zone, we expect resistance until proven otherwise. So we hit the short target. Now we're above the 30-minute BBC. On the NQ, here's where the market opened last night, and it dropped straight to our target at 29.72 or 12.972. And you can see this wick touched the weekly zone, which again we expect to be support. Now we've bounced up to the BBC. So we've covered the S&P, the Dow, the Russell, the NQ. Here's crude oil. We're now on the J contract. Here's where price opened last night. Here's where we hit the short target. And then when price got to the weekly zone below, it found support. Just like the previous day, Thursday, the market found resistance when it pushed up to the zone, but as it drops to the zone, it finds support. Gold, here's where the market opened. Here's the short target. Didn't quite make it all the way down to the zone. We may have another trip on the way, but we did make the short target. We've traded above it. Now price is sitting on top of the BBC, and we have blue and climbing. So on the initial open, we could have some buying right here where the bearish cross took place at 1846. Expect there to be potential resistance there if gold moves higher. Silver, here's where the market opened. We got red and falling. We're below the BBC. Price ran right to the target like a heat-seeking missile. Now, none of this is magic. There's no crystal balls. It all has to do with market structure. As you become a free trial member and eventually a member, you'll be taught exactly how all of this works. And on the euro, here's where the market opened. We hit the short target, traded through the zone. We pulled back to the BBC, pullback holds more often than not, and we dropped to the zone to the tick. And now we've bounced and we're above the BBC. So off the open, we may very well see some higher prices. Not a forecast, but an observation. Could be short-lived. So back to the daily chart. Whatever market you trade, spend 2 minutes with your daily chart of the market you trade, because institutional money is what moves the markets. Institutions look at daily, weekly, and monthly charts the way we look at 30-minute charts, 5-minute charts, tick charts, and range charts. So we're about ready to go with Michael here in just a couple of minutes. Michael, you let me know when you're ready to, hey, good morning, Randy. Michael, let me know when you're ready to grab the screens. There he is.
Okay, here I am. Here I am.
If you're ready to grab the screens, go right ahead.
Let me get them.
No rush. Do whatever you got to do.
Oh, I didn't change.
We just walked through each one of the individual markets.
Oh, good.
Yes, hit the short target. found support at the zone. Dow hit the short target, found support at the zone. Russell hit the short target, overshot the zone just a little bit. Now we're above the BBC. NQ, price at the target, found support at the zone.
There seems to be
Crude,
a continuing theme here.
yeah, that's the point. We hit the target, and then we found support at the zone. Gold, we hit the target, but didn't quite make it all the way to the zone. The zone's 1825/26, and the low is 27.7. Silver, we hit the target, and on the euro, we hit the target, and we found support at the zone to the tick. So that's what we've been up to the last few minutes. Now we'll turn it over to you.
Okay.
And to everyone that's joining us via our YouTube channel this morning, welcome. We're glad to have you with us. During the broadcast, Michael will explain to you how you can take your very own free trial. No credit card required.
No credit card required. Randy, do you want to shoot for 2 o'clock Eastern time? I know we had said last night that we were gonna set a time today. That one looks pretty good to me. All right, so those of you guys who are in here in the room right now, we're going to be streaming live onto TradingView starting at 9:30. So any questions you have about anything that's going to require me to go off of these charts onto other charts, now would be a great time to ask. Okay. Let me do this right here. And I just want to go and look at the weekly trading zones and all the stuff that, like last night, we were looking at last night. During the partners meeting, we were right about here. I think, weren't we in the partners meeting? 2100 right in here. And we were talking about the sell-off, and I thought it was going to go down to this level, find some support, which it did. It bounced back up, and then it went right down to the zone below it. But these are the weekly trading zones today, so just keep those in mind. We're starting off right here. It's hitting the BBC right here at this midpoint. So right now, it looks like it's going to start off a little bit bullish here, but it wouldn't surprise me if it gets rejected and sent right back down to the zone down below before it has a bounce back up. But we'll see. We're just going to trade what's in front of us. Okay, the zones are here at 64, 65, and 88, 89. 64, 65, 88, 89. Let me just see if I can put that in here. I think can I choose where I want to put it? Coordinates. Yeah, here it is. 40, 65, 40, 65. Okay, and style extends left and right. We'll make it black. Okay, and the next one will be, I actually started creating this for you guys. Weekly trading zone thing last night, or this morning, wee hours of the morning. This one is going to be 40, 88, 89, right? So 40, 88. And this one will be 40, 88. Okay. I just want to put that in so we know where the zones are. The midpoint between those, I should probably put that too. That is going to be right here, 40.76. So I put another one on there. Oops. Okay, that's the zone, the midpoint of the zones. Now, I expect that this is going to be an area that, where the heck is it? Style text. I don't want that to be a line. I want that to be something other than a line. Coordinates, visibility. I don't really want to make it a different color, yellow, and cut down on the it out like that. All right. So, do the large color zones only appear on TradingView charts? Yes, Jay, these are only on TradingView charts. And you're going to learn about this right now. All you're looking for in here is with the long-term direction, which is the outer band, to be going either up or down. And if it's going up, you want this black line to be in the green. Any pullback down to any part of the ribbon, if the long-term direction is bullish and going up like that, any pullback down to any part of the ribbon and up close off of that would be a trade. Okay, Jay, I know you haven't seen this in a while. Hey, Marco. I know you haven't seen this in a while, but with this, we don't have to draw any trend lines. We don't open any barcodes. You don't even need the slingshot for the entry. You can use the slingshot for the exit, but you don't need it for the entry. Okay. And you can see right here, Dwayne, does we can hear me in the background. Okay, so I have two of these. Okay. Yeah, I think that's better. That is better. All right. Yeah, so it would be a trade right here.
Yeah, my fault. I meant to mute that sooner.
Okay. So it would have been on the up close right here, Jay. Would have been an opportunity to get long right there. Okay, it's 9:21 now. 9:30, I'm going to start the live stream. So let me get that ready over here on this other screen. Let me go through this also. All right. This is the lesson plan. Okay, I'll go over this again in a few minutes, but I don't have anything in the lesson plan for today. Today is Friday. It's day 5 where we just trade. All right, but for anybody who's coming in here right now who hasn't been in here in a while, or anybody that's new to being in here, this is the lesson plan. On day 1, we do all this stuff. Teach about first 9:15 and 9:30, new member initiation. That's when I just tell you things like this. I say things like this. This is the ES. I know that I have this on a 7 range, but for this first hour, I'm not going to be comparing it to the GT Pro charts. So for the first hour, we just want to leave it on the 7 range so they're all on the same time frame. Okay, so I know you guys that are in here that have been using the 6 range on this are going to be wondering about that. I just want to leave it on a 7 range for right now because I'm not comparing DT Pro to TradingView, right? So this is the ES. Every tick in this, every tick up or down is $12.50. This is crude oil. We roll to the J contract. Every tick up and down is $10. This is crude gold. Every tick up and down is $10. We're in the J contract of crude. That's April. Okay. Good morning, Liz. We're in the J contract. That's April. All right. So that is where we are with that. All right. Now, we are just waiting right now for another opportunity, another pullback down here to test the ribbon, and we'll take that. Over here, you see how everything is all flat? Up here, you should be seeing 2 lines. If you only see 1 line like this, you do not want to trade, right? It is completely flat. You don't want to trade. Even like this, you don't want to trade. You should be seeing 2 lines like this, right? Or 2 lines down here like that. If these lines right here, these outer lines are blue, that means both the long and short-term duration are bullish. If they're red, that means both the long and short-term duration turned bearish. Okay, if they're white, that means the long and short-term directions don't match. Usually it's going to be the short-term direction that changes first. All right. So what else did I want to cover right at the beginning? I want to jump over here again for just a minute. I'm not going to be able to do some things in here, like monitor emails and stuff like that for this first hour. You know, as things start popping in right now. I think those last couple of things. I came in. I don't think it depends how active it gets, but for right now, I'm getting ready to start the live stream, and we're doing that in about 6 minutes. Okay. Now in here, we'll see if it fails here. If it doesn't fail here, it should go right up to the weekly trading zone on the ES right now. Right, and again, that weekly trading zone is. I'm gonna pull this down. I can do that. Thought this would be me to do that. Anyway, the weekly trading zone is right up here. Right, that's the next zone above. Above that one is up here at 41.12. Maybe I'll put that one on too. Here, do that too. Let me remove that, copy that, clone that. Okay, put it at 4112.
You know how you could hear yourself in the background?
Yes.
First comment in the YouTube chat was no sound.
Was it really? If there was extra sound.
Oh, it's in stereo. Okay.
Yes. All right, there we go. Okay, so we're just going to wait a few more minutes here before we actually get going. I'm going to take trades if they set up. I should have taken this long trade right here, but I'm going to take any of the trades that set up right now. As far as the DOMs go right now, we'll look at the ES right now. Here is the ES DOM. It is not really favoring either side right now. So it's not, nothing's jumping out of the DOM at me right now. What we want to see is a pullback down into the ribbon here, and hopefully we'll see that soon. We want to see crude oil. This is crude right here, and everything seems to be up to date. This is the right contract. Everything looks good. Hopefully we're going to see crude start moving and gold, but right now neither one of them are doing anything. And if I remember right, we didn't have much for news events today either. Let me check that. Yeah, not much at all. In the pre-market, a little bit of news came out. Nothing terribly important. Import prices. Yeah, we really don't have anything. CB leading index at 10 o'clock. So we really don't have much as far as news goes today. So we're going to be, if you haven't taken a trial with us and you want to take a free trial with us, then go here. But you're already here, so you had to have done that part. Is that true? Let me think about that. I think so. But anyway, if you haven't taken a free trial, let's just go here and sign up for it. This will set you up for next week. Reminder, next week starts Tuesday. So those of you guys who are, going to be looking for the weekly trading zones Monday morning, you're not going to find them. They're not coming out until Tuesday. All right, so right here, if this drops down to 40.78 and a half, then we're going to look to take a long on and up close, right? It's got to come down to 40.78 and a half, though. If it doesn't and it just comes close, it's not going to be a trade. All right, I know I'm being really conservative with this, but I'm being really conservative for a reason. All right, I wish I would have taken this first trade over here. That would have gotten us the goal for the day and we'd be done. But there it is, 40.78 and a half. All right, so now 40.80 and a half is what I'm going to buy. And now it's going up a little bit higher than that. I'm sorry, a little lower. 40.78 and a quarter now, or 40.80 and a quarter. Now it's even lower. Now 77.50 to 79.50. All right, if this bar closes down, the black is going to get out of the green right here, and we're not going to end up with the trade. Okay, but we're starting to see a little bit of activity here, a little bit of a flurry of activity here as we get closer and closer to the open. Let me get this other thing ready over here. Hit refresh on that. Okay, so we're getting ready to jump into our first trade of the day right here. 77 and a quarter is the low on this. It's a 7-tick range, so the high is going to be right here at 79. So I want to buy on an up close of this bar. An up close of that bar would get me in right here at 79 and a quarter. Right, if everything happens right now. Let's just wait here. It's 9:29, so we'll start streaming here in just a few minutes. Okay, now that number's dropped down a little bit more. And now I'm afraid this bar is going to close down and disqualify the trade because the black is going to get out of the green right here, like that. Okay, so that did just disqualify the trade. Right, so for those of you guys who are in here for the first time, seeing this stuff, the long-term direction is the outline here, the black outline, the black bands on the outline. If the long-term direction is bullish, you're looking for any pullback to the ribbon as long as the black is in the green. The black is on the bottom in the green. Right, you see crude oil and gold is starting to get going here. And it is just about time to start the live stream. So here we go. Select a screen, this screen, share it. Mute the camera. Here we go. All right, good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, the 17th day of February, 2023. We're now starting the live stream everywhere. Over here on gold right now, let me minimize this. Okay, over here on gold right now, we just pulled back up to test the ribbon. We have a little bit of bear separation right here, so I'm gonna look for a down close, 36.6. Nope, no, that's not a trade. Well, it's still a trade right now. I've got a down close right now. 36.9 down to 36.1 would be a short right now on gold if you get a down close there. Okay. Oh, there it is, and we should be getting it down. We should be getting a trade. We didn't get triggered in. What the heck? Am I on the wrong contract? GGCJ23. Okay, there. Now it triggered me in. Okay, sorry, I was a little slow on that one. Dom seems to be a little slow. Maybe I have too much going on. All right, so I need one more tick. Right there is the goal for the day, and there it is. That's the goal for the day. Okay. So the reason I took that trade, was a down close right here. Let me show you that in just a second. Okay, that was a short right there. Now, over here, the ES has got to go down a little bit further to get the long-term direction to turn down, and the crude oil has got to go down. Well, it is starting to turn long-term direction down here. So we're looking, let me just write that down. Okay, 1 minute, one trade, goal for the day. And I did that with 2 contracts, so I did it right today too. 1 minute, one trade, $200 a contract. So 1 gold, 10 ticks. All right, so now it's pulling back up. The crude oil is pulling back up, the ES is pulling back up, and the gold is pulling back up. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens here. I know we checked out this yellow line right here is the midpoint between the weekly trading zones. We're coming back up to test that right now. We're gonna have to break away from that to really get some sort of trend going here on the ES. I do have the zones above and below that highlighted. Now on the gold here, it's gonna pull back up to 1836 and give us a down close, all right? So it's not going to be on this bar. This bar, it's got 7 ticks range in it, all right? So it's already run all 7 ticks. This is not going to be high enough right here. It's going to go up 1 more tick to give us that trade. Over here on the S, same thing. It's going to go up 1 more tick. This is so close, but it's going to go up 1 more tick to actually give us a trade. All right, on the gold now, we can't take the down close on the gold. Now we can still take the down close on this bar. It's 36.5. That's going to be down to that's going to be a down close right here. 36.5 is going to go down to 35.7. 35.7. Okay, so we're going to be looking for on that. Over here, the crude oil's got a short right here. The ES gave the down close. It's got just a little bit of barrier separation, but the ES has got a short as well. The gold didn't end up giving it to us. So right now we have, hang on. Yeah, what is my, right, I'm just checking, make sure my stops are all right. They don't seem to be right here on the ES. Hang on. Let me check this. Stops. Yeah, there. Okay. Stops and stops on the crude. Those are right also. Okay. So right now, seeing if we're going to get a little bit of a head fake right here, right at the very beginning. It looks like gold gave us what we wanted here at the very start, and now we're seeing if the crude and the ES are actually going to push down or not. It's looking like more like not right now. So let's just wait a second here, and we'll see what we get. Now down here in the slingshot, this is not part of the entry criteria for a trade, but over here, if you do get a short when the white is at the top, like it is right here, and like it is right here, and like it is over here, and the green is also at the top, what you anticipate is that the green is going to work its way down into the oversold, right? It's going to go from overbought down to oversold, okay? Because the markets are always doing the same thing, right? The markets are always doing the same thing. They're always going, well, they're always going down and then up and then down and then up and then down and then up. And then when the up goes past this level, then they start going down and up and down and up. And that's what these two are doing right now. So they're all choppy right through here, down and up and down and up and then up. And so now we'll see what it does here. Same thing over here with the ES. They were all really choppy coming out here at the open. But we did get our goal for the day, and let me bump everything back down to 1 contract right now. So I'm only trading 1 contract in here for the rest of the session. Okay, let me also jump over here and see what's going on in here, if there's any questions. Good morning, Mr. Drop, I'll just call you that. Okay, so now what we're looking for the long-term direction to turn up. You see how it's flattening out right here. You don't want to trade when it's like that. It's looking like it's gonna get flat here. but you want the long-term direction to turn up like it just did here on the ES. Now the black is in the green. What you want is the long-term direction to be up and the black to be on the bottom of the ribbon like it is right here. Right, then any pullback down the test of the BBC ribbon is an opportunity to trade. Okay, so that's what we're looking for right now. All right, so here we go. It is on. We got our goal for the day on the very first trade here, and now we're going to wait and see if it's going to give us more opportunity. The long-term direction is still bullish, so if we pull back here, just a couple more ticks, it's got to go down just a couple more ticks to give us a trade setup. Look it down here at the bottom. See how everything's getting into the oversold. That's it right there. Now we need an up close. We need an up close now. This is going to go down too deep, and the black's going to get out of the green. Let me move this over a little bit. And the black's out of the green now, so there's no trade there. There's no trade here, and there's no trade here. Okay. Uh-oh. Hang on, let me shut that off. Okay. Right. I just wanted to make sure that everything is still streaming, because every now and then it seems like when I'm doing all the streams all at once, I have issues with memory, and I really should not have that problem. So there are no trades anywhere right now. The closest thing we have to a trade, we don't have anything even close to a trade. Sorry, not right now. We just got to wait a couple of minutes here. Okay. So again, the things that we're looking for here, we're looking for the long-term direction, which is the black outline right here, to be bullish or bearish. If it's bullish, we want the black line right here to be in the green at the bottom of the ribbon. When it's like that, you can take any bounce off the ribbon. Like in here earlier in the pre-market, this right here was a perfect trade right here. All right. And once you get into that and you actually do see that happen, then I'll teach you how to manage the trade from that point. Okay, so the crude oil got really choppy in through here, and it looks like it's trying. I want to see it actually get down below this level. The crude right now, the total numbers on the crude, we are in the J contract. By the way, we rolled to that yesterday. It's the April contract. And let me put this up here again so I can actually see what's going on over here. And this over here. There it is. So I can kind of monitor that a little bit. Okay. All right, so again, it's split up here now. We have some bearish separation. The long-term trend is going down. We need to pull up into here. Now, this is just really choppy action right here. So I'd rather see this go down further before it gives us a trade setup. I'd rather see it drop all the way down below this level. Again, we don't really have anything high impact as far as news goes today. Hey, Sayed. Okay, got it. Michael. We don't put that stuff in the in that stream. So right now we're looking for it to pull back up a little bit more. It's got to get up to the ribbon. While the black is on the top of the ribbon, the long-term direction is down. It's just got to hit any one of these lines in here, and then we'll take a down close off of that. All right, for those of you guys who are new in here, these are all 7-tick range charts. That means every bar that you see is 7 ticks high. Okay, every single bar you see is 7 ticks high. So we need a down close of this bar right now, 40.76 down to 74.75. Okay, so here on the ES. It's not the prettiest trade right here. The same thing on crude. Neither one of them are really great looking trades. The reason I say that is because we didn't get any follow through yet on the move down on that side. And there it is on the ES. Now we'll see if we get any follow through on this push down right here. Now the rules for the trades are always the same. All right. When I get 4 ticks in profit, I throw the stop at break even. The stop starts out on every trade starts out at 10 ticks. And when I get 4 ticks in profit, I throw the stop at break even. Okay, and then I trail the stop to exit the trade. So right now it's looking like the ES is going to go down to 40.72 and then down to 40.70. Right, keep those numbers in mind. I ended up with a break even on this, but it's looking like it's going down to 40.72 and then 40.70. And the crude oil had a trade here too. I'm going to throw my stop at break even on that. There's a down close right here, off the ribbon, down close, right? The crude looks like it's going to go down to 63. I ended up with a break even on both of those. I say 72, and then what was the next number down? 70, right? 72 we just hit, and 70 is the next number down. Let me draw those in here for you. Let me fix this line so that it's not that way. Style Do not extend. Do not make it yellow. Make it black. Okay, there. This is where I expect this to go down to. Below 40.72, it should go down to here. Let me write both of those break-even trades in. Okay, this right here was a break-even. I'm gonna highlight. I'm gonna make the break-even trades like that. Okay, and the next one do the same thing over here. Was a break-even trade, and the gold didn't pull back enough to get to the ribbon. Okay, so down here, remember what I said. You watch for the green line. We go from the oversold to the overbought. Oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought. And when it pulls back up, we'll have another chance to get into the trade. Okay, all right, Syed. Well, we normally stream this at 1 p.m. Eastern time, 1 to 1:30 every business day. Okay, 1 to 1:30, but it's Friday, so we thought we'd do a little something special today. Over here on the gold, you want to make sure that the black stays in the red on the down close. Okay, you want to make sure that black stays in the red on the down close. It'd be 35.0 is what you'd be selling. 34.9 is what you'd be selling over there. Okay. And there it is. Now the black got out of the red right there. It got out of the red. So that's not really a valid trade. It should drop down to 33.9. I'll draw that in for you. 3.9, which is just right here. I think that's where that's trying to get down to. Okay. So these other two markets, we want them to pull back up and test the ribbon. All right. For those of you guys that have been following us for years, John, wasn't the gold trade in the white? It was, and I didn't take the trade over here. I was just pointing it out. I said that that was going to turn into the white on the down close. So I didn't take that trade. I wish it would give us another opportunity here. It's possible that it'll go down and pull back up and give us another opportunity. All right, pay attention to the ES over here. If the ES goes up right here, in hindsight, that's going to look there. Now it's 73.75 down to 71.75 on the ES right now will be a valid trade. Okay, here that is. Now it's, okay, so now it's all the way up here, 75 down to 72 now. I'm sorry, 75 down to 73. Yeah, 75 down to 73 now on the ES would be a short. And there it is. We've got the short. We're in it. And now it should, this one got down to this level, the 40.70 level that I pointed out earlier. Now the 40.6950 is the new level. Okay. 4 ticks in profit. I bumped the stop to break even. One more. There it is. Stop to break even. 40.6950 is what I said, right? It's 50 right there. 40.6950 is the new level down below. Let me draw that in here for you. 40.6950. Right there. Let me get my Tom back up here. Hold it, hold it. Where did I set that? Here it is. Okay, I'm gonna lock in a little bit of profit on this. It's 2 ticks, 4 ticks, and I'm flat with 4 more on the ES. Okay. Okay, now 40.6950 is where that should go down to. It's just about down there now. Let me put another arrow on that for you. I missed the crude. Okay, but let me just, I think it's not too late to get into that. Let me put this arrow over here and we'll do a little analysis on that. Now 71, it did drop all the way down to 66, so it is too late to get into that. Sorry, but I missed that right here. This was the ribbon, down close off the ribbon right there, and it went from 71 down to 66, so it went 5 ticks into profit. If it goes 4 or more ticks into profit and I don't get the entry, then you have to wait. Okay, then you have to wait to the next one. This black is not in the red anymore. This black is not in the red anymore. This black is still in the red, but we didn't hit the ribbon. Okay. That was a fun first 14 minutes. And so far we're plus 10 on gold, we're plus 4 on the ES. We have 1, 2, 3 break-even trades. Okay, so now let's look for more targets on the ES right now. The new target is 64.25. 64.25 on the ES, all right? Let me draw that in. Oh, we have a zone right here too. It's 65, so 64.25 For those of you guys that were here in the pre-market, I drawn out a potential scenario with the zones for you, right? Explained a potential scenario with the zones for you. And they seem to be, we failed at that midpoint. And it's going right down to the zone down below. For those of you guys who are streaming with us right now, the weekly trading zones come out. Well, they come out, if there's no holiday, they come out every Monday morning at 6:15 a.m. and they're good for the entire week. And this is one of them right here, right? This is another one up here, and there's another one above that. There's another one below that. I can't show you all that stuff while I'm streaming, but I can tell you about them right now, right? So the new level down below right now on the ES is 62. 62 is the new level down below, okay? So I'll draw a line down there for you. Now, these numbers that I'm giving to you, there's a couple of different ways to get these numbers, right? One is, well, the numbers that I'm giving to you, I'm just getting out of the DOM. I'm reading the DOM and giving you those numbers straight from the DOM. But that is something that I teach, I think, in day 4 of the training. I think I can show this. I'm just going to show the training plan, all right? Day 1, we teach all of this stuff, right? Day 2, we teach all of that stuff. Day 3, that. Day 4, this is the DOM. Different kinds of DOMs and stuff. And day 5, we just trade. Okay. That's the lesson plan for the training. And this is day 5. So if you got into a trial with us in the middle of it, that trial is going to continue into next week. If you want to get into a trial like right now and have stuff to look at over the weekend, since Monday's a down day, but the markets will be open for part of the day on Monday. But we're not going to be open on Monday. If you want to take a trial with us now, you'll have everything over the weekend into the full week next week. It's just an idea. To take a trial, go to mytradingiq.com. Right? You can take the trial right there. Okay. All right. So we need this to pull back up. This needs to go one more tick. This needs to go one more tick. Right? That's the one more tick we needed on the ES. We just need the down close 69.75 down to 67.75 on the ES would be a short. Okay, and over here on the crude, 75 down to 67 would be a short. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. We got the, oh, what the heck? I'm just going to short right there and move that over. Well, my crude DOM's not keeping up for some reason. Right, on the ES, I'm going to throw the stop and break even. I'm going to bump it to +4 ticks. Now it should go down here to this level, all the way down here at 62 is what I said a little while ago, right? So my stop's at +4 ticks. So I'm gonna leave that alone right now. And the crude I shorted, my crude DOM's not quite keeping up right here. This happens sometimes, but on the crude, I'm gonna lock in 7 ticks, I think that was. And just get out with 7. And on the ES, I have 4 locked in. Now I think it's gonna go down further. I think it's gonna go all the way down here. That'll be a new low of the day if it does make it all the way down there. It's important that it gets down. This is the weekly trading zone right here, so there's a chance it's going to bounce off the zone. So I'm going to lock in 8 ticks on this right now. And 12 ticks, there we go. 14 ticks. Did I say 14? I think that ended up being 12, right? I think it ended up being 12. So let me write that down. I think I went from 12 ticks, 8 ticks to 12 ticks. I think I don't know. I don't remember how many I got on it. Anyway, I'm going to count. I'm going to call it 12. All right. And the crude right now, I don't know what's going on with my crude DOM, but over here on gold, we're testing the ribbon right now. Long-term trend is down. We're testing the ribbon. We need a down close, right? 34.3. 34.3 minus 8. 34.3. So we'll be selling 33.7 on the gold. All right, selling 33.7. I'm 33.5 on the gold. 33.5 on the gold. That's 8 ticks below the high of this bar. Okay. And this is another trade here on crude I missed right here at 70.68. Let me write down these last couple. Okay. Oops. Get that gold back up here. this one. Okay. Is this? Yep, the high still in the same place. So if you get a down close on this bar, it's going to trigger a short. Right. Click that. Go here. Do this. I think this was the same trade right here, right? Yeah. So that one I got 6 ticks on. And over here on the ES, we got some good action there too. Okay. All right, so over here on the gold, we're still looking for the down close here. 34.3, we're looking for that to close down. 8 ticks down is what I'm selling from the top, from the high of the bar. 8 ticks down from the high of the bar is what I'm selling. And it closed down and it just triggered me in 1 tick below the low of the bar. And so now I anticipate that's probably gonna go all the way down here. The DOM isn't really giving us that. The DOM is giving us 32.9. But if it gets to 32.9, I'll bump my stop to break even and then we'll let it run. Okay. Over here on the ES, this is the level down that I could see at that time. Now the new level is 60. 60. Okay. Let me draw that in for you. We need 4 ticks in profit to bump the stop to break even over here on the gold. But the new level is going to be down here at 60 right now. Okay, that's what you're looking for there. On the crude oil, my DOM is still screwed up on crude, I think. Is it? No, it's caught up now. Okay. So the new level down on crude is 48 and 44. The new level's down below. Okay, on crude 48 and 44. What it's trying to get down to. Right here is 1, and 44 is another one. Right, so we have 10 ticks risk over here on the gold. Every trade starts out with 10 ticks risk, and I bump the stop to break even after I get 4 ticks in profit. Okay, we haven't had 4 ticks in profit on the gold yet. On the ES, we're looking for it to pull back up and test the ribbon. The long-term direction is bearish, so all we need is that to test the ribbon while the black is still in the red. Okay. All right. Don, I already did 2 contracts. I got the goal for the day with 2 contracts, and that's what I'm trying to do as we move forward through the year and I do the spreadsheet at the end of the session. Then yeah, as we move forward through the year and do the spreadsheet at the end of the session. Like in month 3, I want to use 3 contracts till I get the goal. And in month 4, I want to use 4 contracts till I get the goal. In month 5, I want to use 5 contracts till I get the goal. That sort of thing. So right now I'm back to 1 contract in the room. Okay. So all the other numbers stay the same. All the numbers are per contract at the end of the year. All right, so on the spreadsheet, I don't know what number I gave you to begin with here. I think it was 32.9. Was the number I gave you a few minutes ago, right? This is where it should get down to begin with, 32.9. If it does get down here, we'll be able to move the stop to break even. All right, the crude hit the first number here and the second number now. The ES hit all the numbers that I had there. Let me see if I have another number for the ES. Hit auto on that. Let's see if I can hit auto on this. See if it centers. That's better. Right, so on the ES, the next number down is 58.25. 58.25. Okay, that is right here. 58.25. Okay, so the crude, let me hit auto on that one, so it centers. And the next number down on crude, the next number is 30, all the way down at 30 right now on crude. If you're in the crude right now from way up here, stay in it till it gets to 30. Okay, that's the next number down. Right here. Oops. Okay. All right. We just hit the number here on the ES. Now let's see if the next number down on the ES is 40.55. 40.55. I got to check. Where's the next zone down? Anybody? The next zone down? 40.55 is this level right here. Okay, right there. Still waiting on the gold here. We haven't gotten 4 ticks in profit or stopped out yet. But note that every trade starts out with 10 ticks of risk, right? 10 ticks of risk. And the risk management strategy is that I bump the stop to break even after I get 4 ticks in profit. And then I trail my stop, right? I start looking for reasons to get out. I look for targets and I trail my stop accordingly. Right? If I see a good target number, I'll put a target there and I'll trail my stop as we approach the target. And I might get out at the target, I might get out with a trailing stop. If I don't see a good target, I'll leave the target open and I'll just get out with a trailing stop. Okay, 35, 36. Thanks, Jody. It's all the way down here. I copy that. If I clone it, that's gonna be a fresh one. What did you say it was? 35, 36. Right there, that's good enough. Okay, now let me copy that one. Okay, so the gold looks like it's gonna stop me out right here. If it does, it does. You know, it's okay, it did. All right, so let me draw that in. That was one of these, but this one was a red one. Okay, now we've already gotten our goal a couple times over, so that is okay. We actually got our goal on the gold. That first trade that we took on the gold is where we got the goal. Syed, the markets will be open Monday. Okay, for part of the morning. They'll be open until I think 1 p.m. Eastern time, 12 Central. I think we're not gonna be open on Monday, but the markets will be. Okay, so now it's 9:56. As we approach the top of the hour, we'll see what happens here. Okay, now I just want to go through the list of everyone who's in here right now. If anybody was in here who was on the trial, if you have any questions about anything, at all, type it into the question box. Anybody who's in on the live stream, if you have questions, you type it into the live chat box. And the YouTube one I can't see. so YouTube guys, you're on your own. Now this didn't exactly hit the ribbon there. This one is going to hit the ribbon. So if we get a down close on this bar right now on the, let's stretch this out so you can see it a little bit better. Stretch it and then hit auto, center it. So right here, if we get it down close at 61.75 down to 59.75 on the ES, so it should be looking at for a short, right? It is still trying to go down some more down here to 55 and a quarter. 55, I think, is what it was trying to go down to. And there's a down close off the ribbon. That is another short here on the ES, okay? And so now with 4 ticks in profit or close below the MA1, we'll bump that stop to break even again. But every trade again starts out with 10 ticks of risk. There's 3, one more tick, and we'll let the stop to break even. Okay. Again, every trade starts out with 10 ticks of risk. 3, one more. There it is. Stop to break even. Okay. See, it's just got to tick on that 4th tick for me. And then I bump the stop to break even. I know that's really aggressive risk management, but that keeps me out of a lot of stop outs, right? Like this could end up being. Okay. Let's put another arrow on that one. It's a break even arrow, not a red arrow. Break even arrow. Okay. And see, the gold is starting to flatten out. The long-term direction is starting to flatten out. If you can't see 2 lines here, you don't want to trade it. Okay. The yellow arrows, John, are break even. The blue arrows are profitable trades. The red arrows are stop outs. Okay. Again, anybody who's in here who's on the trial right now, this first hour from 9:30 to 10:30, I am streaming. This is going to be a short here on the group. Sorry, I'm streaming on TradingView and YouTube right now, and we're doing this room as well. So what you're looking for, all that you're looking for, hold on. All that you're looking for here is for the long-term direction, which is the black outline, to be bearish or bullish, in this case bearish, and the black line that's part of the ribbon right here, the black line to be on the top of the ribbon and to be in the red. If you get that and you get a pullback and test of any one of these lines in the ribbon and a down close, you would have a short, like right here. Okay, you would have a short. This one is not a trade anymore because the black is going to be out of the red. Whenever this bar closes, the black is going to be out of the red. Same thing over here on the ES right now. Okay, so you see my aggressive risk management over here on the ES worked out for me because it went 4 ticks exactly into profit. I bumped the stop to break even and now it's gone back up. It would have stopped me out if I didn't do that. Okay. All right. Okay, again, if you guys, anybody who's in here is on any of the streams, if you haven't taken the trial with us, go to mytradingiq.com and sign up for the trial right there. All right, if you sign up for it now, today, we can get your chart set up for you this afternoon, today, and you'll be set up over the weekend, and you'll be able to look at stuff on Monday. We're not going to start the room again until Tuesday, though. Okay, the room's not going to be in again until Tuesday. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock, and we'll see if we turn around here at 10 o'clock. This is the weekly trading zone right here on the ES. 6465 is the weekly trading zone on the ES. So you want to be cautious right around here, and we'll see if it bounces off of here. And this is the midpoint of the weekly trading zones right up here is 76, and next zone up above, it wouldn't surprise me if we bounce up to that zone right now, but we'll just have to wait and see what actually happens here. Okay, so again, if you have not taken a free trial, go to mytradingiq.com, sign up for the free trial there. All right. So that was a half an hour of constant talking. Some of my voice is kind of worn out by the afternoon. Okay, so Syed, you said you were looking for gold. What do you normally do with gold? How do you normally trade gold? These are all range bars, right? So with a range bar, I know the top of the bar. I know what the top of the bar is. I know what the bottom of the bar is going to be. See, the black is getting out of the red right here. You can almost take that short right there. Yeah, that's arguably a short right there. I didn't do it, but it's arguably a short right there. The black was still in the red on the down close. You could have taken that, but I didn't. It should go down while we're looking at it, though. It should go down to 26. Do I have a number there? No, I don't. Okay, that should go down to 26. Okay, that is right here. That's where it should go down to. Okay. We'll see if it does actually go down there, but yeah, maybe I should have been an auctioneer, right? No, it's kind of funny when you go to auctions to see those guys, but they have to, they have to have good stuff to auction. I have good stuff every day. Their auction's no good if they don't have any good stuff. We get good stuff every single day. We're lucky that way.
People go to auctions to get a deal, and then everybody ends up totally overpaying what stuff's worth because of the competitive spirit.
Yeah, my mom used to do those a lot. She was in
and as it turns out, my YouTube audio was off during the first 15 minutes.
So, was it really?
Yeah, because it's early. It's early here on the West Coast. So yeah, I just forgot to turn the mic on the streaming software. So everybody that was in the room heard me, but those on the YouTube channel didn't hear me. So I'll put a little note in the YouTube video that people should fast forward.
Yeah, first 15 minutes.
Yep.
To get to the audio. All right, so the gold long-term trend is clearly changed to bullish. The ES long-term trend is clearly changed to bullish, and the crude oil is starting to right now. Okay, the crude is starting to. So let's just give this a minute here. Hang on just a second. Something here is off. And let me see if I can figure out what that is. Hopefully I can. I think we're all streaming just right now. And the gold, I gotta put that here, hit auto on that instead. So right now the long-term direction is clearly bullish here and here. And we need to pull back and test the ribbon. Okay. For those of you guys who were not in the partners meeting last night or were not here yesterday, again, this outline right here is to help you identify when the long-term direction is flat. If you can't see two lines, the long-term direction is flat. And when it's not flat, it's trending. And if it's colored, if it's blue, that means the long and short-term direction are both bullish. And if it's red, that means the long and short-term direction are both bearish. Okay. That was to help you guys out in your trade decisions, to actually just give you confidence in decision. And we get into a trade if both the long and short term are in the direction of the trade, like this one right here. That should be pretty easy to put that trade on. Okay. You guys, yes, but not. We're live every day in our room in the morning from 9:30 to 11:30 in our room. Matt, yeah. If you sign up for the trial there, you'll be able to jump in with us next week. But we're live every day from 1 to 1:30 in TradingView. 1 to 1:30 in TradingView. But it's 2 hours every morning from 9 to 11:30. I'm sorry, from 9:30 to 11:30. But you got to sign up for the trial for that, right? We're just doing it in here for you right now. Just like I said, opening up the curtains. You guys can come in and take a look if you want. And this is just a normal day so far. You know, right now we were plus 10 on gold, but we stopped out once. We're back to 0 on that. Plus 16 on the ES and plus 6 on crude right now. After 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades. And there was a fella, Josh, keeps sending emails worried about the commissions. It's all in the spreadsheet, Josh. Everything's in the spreadsheet. I can't do the spreadsheet here in TradingView. But at the end of every session, those of you guys who are in here who are just curious, at the end of every session, we fill out this sheet of what we've done during the session, the 9:30 to 11:30 session, and that goes back. It's got daily data going over 10 years of daily data, everything we've done in the session. This right here on crude, see the long-term direction is flat, so I'm not going to do anything right here with crude right now. I'm going to let that establish a trend. Over here on the ES, it did not pull back far enough. It didn't actually hit the ribbons, so I'm not going to do anything with that. Even though the long-term direction is bullish, I'm still just going to be conservative and wait for it to pull back and hit the ribbon. Okay. But yeah, Metcha, if you look, I think at the top of the live chat, there's all the information there with the links you need to sign up for the free trial. Again, if you're going to sign up, sign up now and it'll cover you all next week, and we'll get your stuff ready for you over the weekend. So you have the weekend to look at stuff too. Okay. That is so close there on the ES. I really wanted to just take this long right here. I looked away for a second and that is so close. I wanted to take that long. I probably should have. All right, so while I didn't take the long, okay, that will get sent to you once you start the trial. While I didn't take the long, I got text answers in there, but I can't. It just takes too much. 4074 is where the S is trying to get up to right now. I know that's not very hard. I'm very far up above, but that's where it looks like it's trying to get up to me right now. 4074. Okay. So in here, I'll type yes. Okay, some typos in there. That's why I shouldn't really be typing when I'm trying to do this. But anyway, if the ES pulls back and hits the ribbon right here, 69.25, we're going to look for an up close off of the ribbon. The long-term direction is bullish. The black is clearly in the green, so we just need to pull back here and hit the ribbon and close up. Okay. And there it is. That's enough. Okay, so now we just need an up close on this bar. Now these are seven tick range bars, so I know the high of this bar. Now this is okay. Now it's changed. The black is no longer in the green, so it's not going to be a trade now. All right. Over here on the crude, this could turn into a trade right here if we get an up close on this bar. The long-term direction is bullish now, so if we get an up close on this bar, this is going to be 64 up to 72 on the crude oil. All right. Now I know that because these are 7 tick range bars, so I know where the bottom of the bar is. I know where the top of the bar is going to be ahead of time. Okay. And so right here, 6 up to 69 is what you'd be buying right now. Okay, 61 up to 69. It's like this. Okay, 61 up to 69. And now this isn't going to end up being a trade, I don't think. It's going to be 59, 57 at 8. It's going to be up to 65, but if this bar closes down, and I think it's going to, it's going to disqualify the trade. Yeah, it's going to. It's not even going to be in the green on an up close, right? That black line's going to get out of the green, whether it's up or down close, so it's going to disqualify the trade. So I'm going to move that over to the side, all right? It doesn't look like it's going to be a trade. If it ends up being in the green on an up close, I'll still jump in, okay? That's going to be 56 up to 64. If it ends up being in the green on an up close, I'll still take it, but it's going to be in the green. I'm going to wait for it to close up and then see what I can do. Okay, we are on the yes. This is pushing back up right now, so that's a good thing. We don't have a trade set up for it, but it is pushing back up. The gold, we need that to pull back down to get into the ribbon right here. And we'll see what happens. Okay, that was out of the green. So no trade there. Okay, it's definitely out of the green. So no trade there. Again, down here in the slingshot, what you anticipate is that the green line, or this line, the green and red line, is going to work its way from oversold to overbought, and overbought to oversold, and oversold to overbought, and overbought to oversold, right? Now, the way the markets are, when there's not a lot of follow through, you get this kind of stuff right in the middle, where it won't go from one end to the other end, to the other end, to the other end. You get this stuff in the middle, and it usually gets pretty choppy in there, and you don't end up with any valid trade setups, okay, like this one. Yeah, we'll see. You know, I applied all this stuff to a daily chart on all of these here. And that's something, you know, for those of you guys who are actual partners, if you're interested in trading equities, then this is something you should look into. Okay, I'll show you on the gold over here for just a second. Go to a daily chart on the gold. 1 day. Okay, let's go to a daily chart, and let's see one of those ones that I sent to Bert, AMD. Okay, so what I was looking at here on AMD on the daily chart, when the long-term direction is bullish, and the white line is down here in the oversold, that I think is going to turn out to be a real good opportunity. Look at the last time it did that. The long-term direction was bullish, and the white was down here in the oversold. That was on this bar right here, this down close from right there. AMD went from 72.45 all the way up to 89.13. Just saying. Oops, hang on, let me switch this back here. You can use this stuff on anything. You know, if you want to do it on crypto, you can do it on crypto. Let me bump this back to a 7 range. Okay, so we didn't end up with any trades while I was doing all that. Okay, I showed that to you, Don, because you were talking about a basis for a rally. I was showing just on individual equities, all these things over here. I went through this whole list last night, and there's about 8 of them that are in a good situation for buying right now. Out of that whole list. And right now, I would think that they're even a better situation as we start to move upward here, getting into the day. If we're going to continue to move upward as we get into the day, then those things are going to look better and better. What I was looking at was options, week-long options, 24th expiry. Okay, 67 here on the crude. We're just barely trending up right now on the crude and on the ES, but we need, this is going to be 71.75 up to 73.75, and this one is going to be 67 up to right there. Okay, so they both actually just triggered long, I think, right? Here's the ES, it triggered long. Now I'm looking for the ES to get up to 77 right here. ES get up to 77. And here's the crude oil, they both did trigger long. So we'll see what happens with these. Right, looks like the crude is going to stop me out, and the crude did stop me out. So that will do that to the crude. All right. And the ES could stop me out too. I would think if both of them stop me out at the same time, but it is what it is. Let me put this on here. Again, guys, I want to, I can't show you the spreadsheet right now, but the idea in here is, oh crap, I should be bumping my stop to break even on that ES trade. Here it is, stop to break even on that. That should go up here to 77. I didn't write a line in up there, but that's what that should be going up to. Okay. The idea is to get your goal for the day and then quit trading. All right, now we got our goal for the day on the very first trade this morning. Our goal for the day on the very first trade. I should have been, if I was watching that a little better, I'd have been taking some profit on that. That's my fault. Okay, so let me write those down. I wrote down the crude one already, and yes, the break even. Okay, what do I set the stop loss as, Steve? I always set the stop loss at 10 ticks. I'm using a 7-tick range chart. Every stop is always the same. It's always at 10 ticks. And I move the profit to break. I move the stop to break even after I get 4 ticks in profit. In this case, a tick is price movement. 4 ticks in profit, I move the stop to break even. And then if I have a good profit, if I see a good visible profit looking left at price action, looking down here at the slingshot, or looking at the DOM, if I see a good profit target, I'll put a target on the trade, but otherwise I'll exit with the trailing stop. Okay. That's the way we do this. We've been doing it for over 10 years. I know we're fairly new to the trading view scene, but we've been doing this for a really long time. Okay, so again, if you're interested in taking a trial with us, go to mytradingiq.com and sign up for the trial there. If you don't have the indicators, go to mytradingiq.com. In the upper right-hand corner, there's a thing called a tab for trading platforms. Click on that, you'll find TradingView right in there. Just follow the instructions, give us your profile name, and we'll set you right up.
Every trading day since 2008.
Yes, we've been doing this for a very long time. Over there on the gold, the black is getting out of the green on the up close. You see that right there? The black is out of the green on the up close. I'm tempted to take it anyway, but we're due for a pullback here. Pretty deep pullback, I would think. It would be breaking the rules if I took it. This is rules-based trading, so I'm just not going to do it. All right, you see over here on crude, the long-term duration is flat. Over here on the ES, the long-term duration is flat. And over here on the gold, the long-term duration is still bullish. But that was tempting right there for me to take it, but I didn't. It's better if you have one like this where it's clearly in the green, or like back here where the black is clearly in the green right there. Those are the trades that are really easy to take. Right here, I missed that one. Those are the trades that are really easy to take. See, the crude, if it were trending, when we're talking about a trend, we're talking about the long-term trend, which is the black outline. If the black outline is going up, trending up, then it's bullish. Then we're looking for a pullback to the ribbon. Any touch of the ribbon with an up close, as long as the black is on the bottom of the ribbon and the black is in the green. Okay. How do I feel about setting a goal to get the goal on all 3 markets? That's not really a good idea, Travis. The question is, how do I feel about setting a goal to get the goal on all 3 markets? Like get $100 a contract here and here and here. That's really not a good idea, because what you'll end up doing is over trading on markets that don't move. Okay, like the crude oil right now, where it's not really giving us a whole bunch, it's giving us just a little bit.
My answer, I typed it in, was just learn to get $100 per contract per day. Follow the 24/20 blueprint. In about a year's time, you'll be at 10 contracts. That's $1,000 a day. And how long did it take you to reach your goal this morning?
1 minute. 1 minute.
Yeah.
First trade.
So you can work all day and in most cases end up giving back to the market everything you earned, or you can just come in, grab your goal for the day, and follow the blueprint and increase the number of contracts you trade over time when the blueprint says it's time, but you only add one at a time and you only add with profit you earned in the market. That's the simple way.
And Jay Bart says it is $100 goal per day for 3 weeks now. That's awesome. That's awesome. So now just start adding contracts. Once you make $2,000 per contract in profit, you add another contract.
See, the first contract, you're funding that with your startup capital. But every contract after that, you're funding with profit you earned in the market. That's the best way to build a consistently profitable trading business.
Wow, it was 10:20 already. I didn't realize it was 10:20 already. Well, we're up on the day pretty good. I didn't realize this first hour had gone by so quickly. Over here on gold, we didn't take that one. I wish I would have taken it now, hindsight, of course. But if it pulls back and hits the ribbon here, it's not going to be as pretty of a trade because when it hit it back here, this was all down here at the bottom. The green line was at the bottom. Remember what I was saying? It goes from oversold to overbought. And right now it's going to go from overbought down to oversold. So it's not really giving us a trade here right now. I wish it were, but it's not. Neither is the crude and neither is the ES right now. Wow, this first hour went by really fast. Okay, well, I mean, I'm not required to quit it. And you have to end the stream after 1 hour. I just said I would, but great. This was another awesome day. And so we're looking for a pullback here now. And we have this other weekly trading zone. So we went down to this weekly trading zone right here. All right, we went through it just a little bit. And then we went back up to the midpoint. We hit a little resistance right there and it's gone through that. Now the next zone is right up here, 88. So it should hit some resistance there. If we get above that zone, that would be a good thing. Going into the end of the day, I think we'll see it get up to this zone up here. If we get above that zone at 88, I think there's another 20, 30 points in the market. Don, whatever works for you, however you're making money, that's all that really matters. Look, this did manage to get all the way down here into the oversold, so if we get another shot at it here, we're going to take it. Again, let me show you 44.8 right now is what we're looking at for an up close there. But the markets are always doing the same thing, right? They're always going up and down and up and down, up and down and up and down and up and down. Now you anticipate it's going to go up. And so what we want to teach you how to do is to get in here and get out there. Get in here, get out there. Get in here and get out there. Right? So you can see how we have all these things indicating that it should continue in that direction when it should, even when it stops getting strong and it weakens, and you should probably stop considering it. And then, when it starts to move in that direction, you have all these things telling you what to expect out of the trade, like right there on the gold. Right now, that should keep moving up at least to this level right here, and then possibly up to that level. Now, there's more information than that that's available to you. Like 45.8 is a good number for that to run up to right now. I don't even know where 45.8 is. It's right below that line right there. But that's what you're looking for here, right? 45.8 is right here. That's what it's looking for in the DOM. And this is what it looks like on the DOM. Okay, and the crude didn't pull back. The ES is, the black is getting out of the green right now, so we're not going to have a trade there. The crude just didn't pull back. So on the gold, I probably should have had my stop at break even on that, but I wasn't paying attention. And my entry should have been at 44.7. I'm in at 44.9. So we'll see what happens with this. Every trade starts out with 10 takes a risk, and I move on the stop even after I get 4 takes in profits. Okay, so if I had a better at that already. And my voice is already starting to go. We're only an hour in. Okay. Well, over here we need the crude to pull. All those were still in it. So if I there, okay, it just took me out. It didn't matter what I was gonna do. I was thinking of getting rid of it and then putting it back on. All right, but the gold took me out. Now we started our first trade of the day is what we got our goal with on the gold. And again, we want to tell you, quit trading when you get your goal for the day, especially on a Friday. I got to go for the full 2 hours every morning, but you guys don't. So now I'm actually negative on gold. But we still have another hour to go, so I'm not too worried about it. And don't have a trade here on the ES. You see how the long-term trend is no longer bullish and it's starting to flatten out. Over here on crude, if it pulled back and it hit the ribbon, we'd have a trade, but it didn't do that yet. Right, on the gold, I expect that this green line is going to get all the way up into the cycle. It's just stopped us out. And if it does, it does. You hate to ask, how do you update the indicators again? I'll send you an email that's got the layout link to it. Okay. I'll just send that to you. And you can just use the layout. Anybody that's in here who's on the stream or on the trial, if you want, if you have TradingView already, you got to give us your profile name. And what I can do is just share this layout with you. All right, and here I'll just turn sharing on. I'll share this layout with you, so you can have the same exact layout. But you give us your profile name so we can set you up with the indicators, the context, and the slingshot. John, that's what I'm going to send to you is the layout email. Okay, but I'll send it in a few minutes. Well, actually, there's no trades right now, so I can send it right now. The closest thing to a trade is crude oil right here. So let me just go here and then over here. I guess that's right in front of me, isn't it? It is right in front of me. Okay. Let's do this. There's Joe. Here we go. Let me send that to you. Joe, hold it. Wait a second. Hold it. Hold it. Now, it's got a whole bunch of information in there, Joe, about the layouts that you don't need to pay attention to, but just go to the bottom and the layouts are all in there for you. Okay. And yeah, so that's all you got to do. Marco, you started trading on the European Open and you made your goal again. That's great. That's great. See that? Wasn't it worth it? The crude has got a long trade in here, guys. Sorry, I'm going to lock in 4 ticks on that. The crude should keep going. Well, I'm going to lock in 10 ticks on it, and it should keep going all the way up to 30. 76.30 is what that should go up to. Okay, I'm out with 10 ticks, but it should go all the way up to 76.30 here. There. Okay. And that is right here. See, the black was in the green on the up close, and the long-term direction was bullish. So we haven't had a crude trade in a little bit. We needed to get that. So on crude, we're back positive. And on the ES, we don't have a trade here. The long-term direction is flat. You can only see one line. On the gold, it's about to be the same thing. On the crude, we still have bullish separation down here. So we're still looking for an opportunity to go long. Shailesh, I just added a line in here to put that on there. I'm actually in the middle of creating something. I started it last night, creating a weekly trading zone indicator just for TradingView. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to create it outside of the individual things. I was trying to stick it inside the context so you could just flip a button. It would turn the weekly trading zones on if you put the numbers in. But that's it. Ronnie, can you update? I haven't done that yet for anybody, Ronnie. Okay, you're talking about these lines right here, the long-term, the long-term trend lines. Yeah, nobody's got that yet. Okay, I just created it 2 nights ago, so I wanted to test it in real time and make sure it worked out okay and everything was looking good, and it is looking pretty good. What I really want to see is when it gets flat, do you only see one line like that? Because that makes it crystal clear that it's flat. So yeah, I'll probably over the weekend I'll make that available to everybody, and maybe we'll send out an email blast to everybody who's an active partner using TradingView. It should update on your desktop, but you might have to go out when you shut your desktop off and turn it back on. You shut off your whatever tab it is you got your TradingView on. You turn it back on. It should update by itself, depending how I code it, because I have to code it so it turns on by itself. I'm not sure that I have it coded that way. Let me see if I throw a context on right now. Just look and see if I do this. Go to indicators and my scripts and throw that on. And come come in here and see what I have checked off and what I don't have checked off. Yes, looks like I do have it on by default. Let me just check and see. Yeah, I do. Right there. I have, okay, this is the one that I just turned on, and I do have it on by default. Okay, so that would be good. Which one of those I could delete? In the bottom one, I guess. All right. So it is 10:30 now. So the live stream that I was doing with TradingView, I should probably end right now, but I'm thinking I'm going to let it go for a few minutes more. Does anybody have any questions? I don't have that chat box up right now, so I can see it. It's over here. Yeah, that's exactly it, Joe. Most trades, the hardest thing to do is to quit trading when you get your goal for the day. But remember, the goal for the day is to add contracts. You know, that's the goal for the day. The goal overall, long-term goal, is to add contracts, trade less, just with more contracts. You know, trade only as little as you want, as you need to. What Joe was saying is, the hardest thing he had to do was stop trading when he hit the goal. And most days he does in the first 15 minutes of the day. That's what he said. You guys can see that in the other box, but if you're in the TradingView thing, you'll be able to see it over there. But I mean, you guys do it every day, so you know, I have to do this for the 2 hours every day. You know, otherwise, I could have stopped this morning after 1 minute and started my weekend. But you know, that's not the case. And Randy, 2 o'clock, right? Don't let me forget that. I'll send you a link during the next session. Okay, Randy. For those of you guys who are in here who are on the TradingView live stream, to take a trial with us, go to mytradingiq.com. I guess I can post that in here again. Take a trial with us. Go here. Okay, copy, paste. Let me post that one more time, I think. To take a trial with us, go there, mytradingiq.com. You can sign up for it there. If you have TradingView already, you need to give us your profile name. If you're going to take the trial with TradingView, you need to give us your profile name. That is the name that comes up when you go way over here. You're logged in as something. Whatever you're logged in as is what you need to give to us. Okay. If you don't already have TradingView, there's a link in there. You'll probably be able to get a pretty good discount if you use that link. What indicator gives a lower chart information? This is the ultimate slingshot. Right? It's only available in TradingView. It's only available in TradingView. Okay, it's the ultimate slingshot. Okay. And it's different than the regular slingshot. Let me just show you that. Right, it's different in, well, a couple of ways. If you go here, look at the gold taken off right now. This is, just put that on there. Right? This is what the slingshot looks like normally. And you see this is also got a green line, but our green line is a little bit different than that green. It's a little bit faster and more sensitive. This one's got the white line, and it doesn't have the S3 cycle. All right. This one, with this slingshot in the other platforms, you use the slingshot for trade entry. In here, you don't use the slingshot for trade entry. Okay. You use the slingshot to manage a trade. You don't use it for entry. Okay, Jay. So, when you give us your profile name and you go to indicators in here, you guys, those of you that sign up for the trial, you're going to have the context and the ultimate slingshot with the indicators that you have. Okay. The other ones you don't really need for the trade setups that we're doing in here. So I'm not really putting those out there anymore. If you guys, if you were here last year and doing this with us last year, then you have that stuff, but you don't really need it. Okay. So I'm looking right here. The long-term trend is just flat. We can't do anything with that. Okay, and over here it's bullish. Over here it's bullish. So in both of these, we're looking for it to pull back down and get into the ribbon. As long as the black stays in the green, you can take any up close off of any line in the ribbon. Any up close off of any line in the ribbon. Okay, it just needs to come down and get into it. And you see the ES is hovering just sideways right here. You can't really do anything with that. And all of you guys who are in here were on the trial already, that have been on the trial all week. If you have any questions about anything, you can text me at 617-943-3298. You can text me there. You can email support@mytradingiq.com or text me at that number. Okay. Put your name in the text, because if you text me and I don't know who's texting, then I don't know how to respond. Okay. Joe, did you get the email that I sent to you? Just follow the instructions in there. When you open that up, you'll have the layout in there. You click on whatever layout you want. It'll probably be this one, the GCCLES one. Click on that, and then you won't have any of this stuff on the side because it'll be read only to begin with. And all you have to do is up in the upper right hand corner, there'll be a thing that says copy. Click copy, and it'll pop up a dialog box for you to enter a name, and you have your own copy then. Okay, Joe. For anybody that wants to get the layout, and that's all you have to do. You have to let us know, of course, and we'll send that out to you in an email. All right, so I was hoping crude oil was going to come back here and give us another shot at this, but it didn't. It might still. This is the number that I gave you a few minutes ago that I thought it was going to get up to. I should have been looking up for your next target. The next target is right there again. It's 30. Oh, 39 is the next target. Sorry. 39 is the next target. It's already hit 39 once, but that's going to be the next target again right here. Okay, 39 will be the next target again if we get a trade set up in here. The gold is about to give us another trade right here. The ES is also about to. The ES right now, if we got an up close, it's going to be 40.81 up to 40.83. 83, I think that's still a valid number over there. On the crude oil, it's going to be 16 up to 24. And over here on the gold, it's pretty much right where it is. So we have a few potential trade setups starting to trigger in here. This one has changed now. It's not going to be up to 24 anymore. It's not going to be like 21 or something like that. And the ES is starting to change as well. And that one, I think the ES is going to get out of the green right here. It did just get out of the green. And the gold, I was a little hesitant on the gold because I already stopped out a couple of times on gold. It did give us the gold for the day on the very first one. You see here on the you see here on the crude, excuse me. Okay, you see here on the crude how the black just got out of the green, right? And over here on the gold, the black is about to get out of the green. It was in the green right here, but it's getting out of the green right now. I thought I was going to get trade setups all across the board there, but I didn't. And that kind of makes me wonder if it's going to turn around right here, or if the market's just going to kind of do nothing for the rest of the afternoon. Do not know. All right. Well, I'm going to shut off the live stream right now. For anybody that is in the live stream, if you want to take a free trial with us, I know the numbers getting a couple more people there keep coming on at the very end. But if you want to take a free trial with us, all the information is in there in the live chat and the live stream. You can just click on that information to take the free trial. And if you want to get the free trial going before the weekend, so you have everything all set up so you can monitor over the weekend, or you can look at things over the weekend. The markets are open for a little while on Monday, but we're not going to be open on Monday. So the free trial, the training room in the morning, is going to start Tuesday, right? And again, the lesson plan this is the lesson plan. So Fridays we just like to trade. But on Tuesday, I'm going to have to jam Tuesday, day 1 and 2 into one day, I think. Unless I just do day 1. We'll see how it goes, because it's a 4-day week next week. But this is all the stuff that I like to go over on day 1. Get you accustomed to the chart, the bars, and stuff like that. Then day 2, the indicators within it all. Then day 3, the indicators down here at the bottom. Then day 4, the DOM and the weekly trading zones. And day 5 is today, just like to trade. Okay, that's the lesson plan. It looks like things are probably going to start to turn around right here, but I don't know. It might go flat. So the stream, Steve. Okay, well, this is all being streamed live. It's actually, even when I shut off here, Steve, the YouTube stream is going to keep going, right? When I close the trading view stream right now. I don't want to hog up all the time that other people are having in there. So we'll close the trading view stream and we'll continue the room, obviously, until 11:30. I fill out the spreadsheet at 11:25. All right, if you guys are in here on the trading view stream and you want to get into the rest of it that goes to 11:25, you'll have to send a quick email to support@mytradingiq.com. Just say, in the subject line, just say continue room or something like that. Okay, but send that to support@mytradingiq.com. Because I'm going to shut off the trading view live stream right now. Right. Thanks to all you guys who came in for the trading view stream. Hopefully it was good for you. We'll be coming back at 1 p.m. today. All right, 1 p.m. I'll be back in the trading view live stream. Go down in trading view. If you go to live streams in here, upcoming streams, this one. Well, it'll be that one. This one. Oops, less than 3 days. Sorry. I don't know. It's going to be one there in the upcoming streams. All right, it'll be in the upcoming streams, the one at 1 o'clock. Okay, so you can go check that out if you want to at 1 o'clock. All right, so with that, I'm going to end the live stream right now and stop that. All right, so now the trading view live stream is done. And now we're just back to our normal trading. Okay, so you see how we're bouncing back and forth between the weekly trading zones here. Go here, I can show this now. We went down to this zone, this midpoint that I showed in the pre-market this morning. I thought that was going to become an important level. And you can see it has been an important level all morning. It's come back up, it's hit it, got rejected, hit it, got rejected, hit it, got rejected. Well, this first time it hit it, went up to the next zone above and then got rejected. So where's it going to go? Probably down here to this zone down below. Now this right here is the MA1. So this is usually, Dwayne calls this red and falling. If we close down below this, it's probably go down to this zone down below. Now, I wasn't sure what was going to happen today. Last night in the partners meeting, when price was up here, we were talking about what's going to happen, and it consolidated right here at the zone for a very long time last night. And then finally, it made the dive down all the way to here. Okay, but during the meeting last night, I said, I think it's going to probably go down here, find some support, and then either bounce back up or just break through it and go down to the zone. Well, it managed to do both of those things. All those things, all three of them. Let me, what am I looking at right now? Close that, go into here. Hey, my Amazon package is out for delivery. Sorry. I was trying to look at my email because I had everything all crunched up, and let me go to the other email. This one. All right. So here, right now, the long-term trend has changed to bearish. Long-term trend has changed to bearish. Long-term trend has changed to bearish. So we're just gonna wait for the trade setups now. Okay, guys. Do any of you guys have any questions about this? Just card, all right. I see that, and this is from Alex. I don't know why you had to register that way, Alex. All right. Well, anyway, The gold looks like it's going to give us a trade here, guys. If it pulls up one more tick up to 46.4, we'll short a down close off of that. It didn't pull up that one more tick. I'm tempted to short it anyway, but that would be breaking the rules. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. Right now on the morning so far, guys, we're at -10 on gold, +16 on the ES, and +6 on crude. That's where we stand so far in the morning. Does anybody have any questions? Any of you guys who are in or around the trial? Do you guys have any questions at this point? Jorge, you made it in. Good. Jorge and John, you both made it in today. That's good. You guys are all set up for next week too. All right. I don't remember. Did you guys? I think I'm trying to remember the trading platforms you guys were on. I can't remember. It was late. I'm over here on gold. This is actually a short trade here on gold from 46.0. Okay. On crude, if it were to pull back and hit the ribbon, it'd give us a short. On the ES, if it were to pull back and hit the ribbon, it'd give us a short. On the gold, it did just that. The gold should drop down to 44.6. 44.6 right here. Did you hear that? All right, I missed the gold. I had an order waiting. If it pulled back, I had an order waiting to get into it if it pulled back, but it had gone too far into profit, so I just canceled it. I did not get the gold trade after all. On the crude right now, it needs to go up one more tick to take that. It's going to be 76.02 down to 75.94. Okay, now we need a down close on the bar. 76.05 down to 97 now. Okay, here it is. 76.05 down to 75.97. That's right. Okay, on the gold, now it's heading up again. The crude just needs the down close. There it is. It should trigger me short. Gonna try to take a short right there if it fills me. Yeah, okay, it filled me one tick higher. So now I'm short right there. And the ES did not pull back far enough. Now let's see what happens with the crude. I'm hoping this isn't the leg down. You know, with the up, down, up. The up, down, up. Because of what it did right in here, it makes me wonder right now if this is going to actually go down, because it did put in a lower swing right here. It moved down, didn't put in a higher swing, didn't put in a lower swing, so it kind of says we're in chop right here. Anyway, we're in the trade. We're in to win it, right? And we didn't win that one. Stopped out. Okay, let me put that on there for you. Oops, put it the other way. There's got to be a better way for me to do that. All right, so the ES is doing basically the same thing right now. It needs the down close. The ES needs the down close. Okay, and there it is. The ES has got the down close, and it is clearly, the black is clearly in the red on the ribbon. So that is the trade. Now, again, on the ES, we're going right down into a weekly trading zone, but the weekly trading zone is down there at 65. So it's an okay trade to take. Okay, and I should have my stop break even already. There it is at break even. And so we'll see where it's going to go. It should go right down into the zone here. Down to 65 is what I think. Okay. So I'll throw a target down there. 4 points away. That'd be 16 more ticks right there on the ES if we get that. And we got to break even. Right, back over here on the gold, we still didn't end up with the trade because now it's going to pull back. The black is still in the red. It's back in the red right now, so we need a down close now. All right, it's 46. 46.0 down to 45.2 on the gold. Right, and back over here on the ES, we ended up with a break even on that. Okay. All right. Did the short term, hang on, the gold just triggered. Did the short term, I'm gonna read the whole question. Turn up in green indicate a possible short term move on that stock up. I mean, this little one right here, this little short term, not really down. Now, from what I've seen, it doesn't really, that little hiccup in the color, it's not really indicative of anything. Okay, I mean, you know, if you get a trade when it's all red, that's usually really good. I want crude. Okay, this short term in color right here on that stop up. Now again, what I was afraid of here is that this didn't put in a lower swing. Okay, and remember, look at the gold go down now. The gold actually did give a follow-up trade there. I should have been in right here at 45.0. But you know, when the market goes down like this, it goes up like this. Now it should continue the trend by going through that, but it didn't. And then it should stay below that, but it didn't. So that stopped us out. So now what it's got to stay above is this level right here on the pullback. But either way, you're in chop. Okay, so you want to stay away from that. You see how the cycle right there, I mean not the cycle, but the long-term trend just flattened right out. You see what I mean? And I'm sorry I missed this gold over here, the follow-up gold. That was a good trade there. That was a good trade there. That one actually worked out. And the crude oil right now is pushing right back down. See, it's getting really messy in there in crude. This was actually a trade over here on the ES too. This one here. This was, and this was. I have a target on there still. My target was down to 64.75 a minute ago. Did I draw that in for you? We're going into a weekly trading zone. That's the only thing about this that's kind of messy. That's enough about this. It's kind of messy. The weekly trading zone is right here. Okay. So the numbers on the downside on the ES, I like 65 and 63. Those are the numbers I like on the downside on the ES. All right. If we can just get down there. There it goes. Right down to the weekly trading zone. Oops, you guys all lost my audio. Okay, sorry about that. I was saying, yeah, when the bottom of this candle closes, when this candle closes at the top of the hour, we're kind of jammed up in between the ribbon, the midpoint of the weekly trading zones, and the weekly trading zone here. You can see how this has been holding all day. The midpoint has been holding since last night. This midpoint, and it's been pushing it right down to the zone and bouncing off the zone and back up. Now it'd be interesting to see what happens here. Like I want to short this right here, but we have a weekly trading zone right here. I know I did it on this one, This one's closer to the zone than that one was. And I think it's going to get rejected from the zone and push right back up. The crude oil is just flat here. You can't do anything with that. And the gold is bearish. But again, the gold has been whooping me today. It's where we got our goal for the day. We got our goal on the very first trade, but then I got 2 stop outs on the gold. So I really want that to kind of be crystal clear with the indications. I don't know how we're going to end the day here, if we're going to get out of this mess right here. But even from last night in the partners meeting, those of you guys who were in the partners meeting, we were talking about it right here on this first bar that got down to the zone, the meeting last night. And then it just stayed sideways all through there. Went to the midpoint, then down to the zone, and back to the midpoint. And the midpoint is held all morning since then, since the European Open right here. And so when the European markets close in a half an hour, it'd be interesting to see what happens here. If we break out of these zones up or down. I was really thinking we're going to get a little bit of a bullish end to the week. This week is what I was thinking we're going to do. But we'll see. Just trade what's in front of you, as always. This was a trade here. That was a little further away, it seemed like, than the last one. But I'm not in it either. All right, so Shailesh, you should be able to hear me now. Right, that was 10:54 when you guys couldn't hear me. I don't know, Don. We'll see. It's not really much of a holiday to rally on. Not really proud of our president. Of course, this day is not about him. So, the actual good presidents. All right. So let me take a quick look over here and see if anybody. Nope, not yet. Yeah, somebody will. Jody. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break, guys. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes, okay? Back in just a couple of minutes. Just hang out for a minute, all right? Okay, I'm back. All right, so we are getting through the zone here on the ES, and we're about to bounce up here on the crude. Okay, so the crude trade has just begun, and I just jumped on that, and +2, 3, it should go all the way up here to 50. Okay, 4, 10, and I'm out with 10. Always happy to take 10 ticks. Something doesn't look right about that. It's like my DOM's been messed up a little bit. All right. So over here on the ES, the zone now, the zone is actually, you can actually look at the zones here. We're getting below the weekly trading zone. I want to see how this candle closed, and you see how it closed right there at the zone, right in the middle of it. And now this candle looks like it's going to push down. If it does push down, look for it to get all the way down here. Right, but we'll look at the midpoint between the two zones to begin with. Okay, so this candle right here is, I think it's going to be a pretty big tell on how the day is going to end. Right, if we end up with a wick at the bottom of this candle, then it'll probably push right up. But we'll see. We're just going to trade what's in front of us, right? Right now, everything is bearish on the ES. Right, the gold trading above the BBC, but the long-term trend is down on the crude. We just had a nice long trade, and we needed to pull back and give us another shot at it. Marco, you got that nice trade on crude. This one right back here, you got right when I stepped away for a minute. You got that one. That was a nice trade right there. I was able to get this one. But if we weren't looking at the weekly trading zones, you know, then you could have taken that and that and that and that and that. You know, probably half of those would have been break even. Now, I don't know. Did you guys get a good look at this stuff that I showed here earlier when I was on the stocks? Like if I look at, just look at Disney, for instance, that was one of them, I think. And look at this on a daily. See how the white is down here at the bottom? And when the white's down at the bottom, what usually happens? If your long-term duration is up and the white's down at the bottom, you get a nice bounce, right? So that's what I'd be expecting from Disney. If you go through this list over here, that's what I did this morning. Not all of them are good. Like this one, well, yeah, JP Morgan's a candidate because it's down here at the bottom. Long-term duration is up, so JP Morgan's a good one. Goldman, that's also a good one, a candidate. This is also a candidate. I think the SPY was too. Yep. So the long-term duration is up on all of these things, and the white is oversold. So in any one of those cases, even the Dow right now, I know the Dow is down pretty good right now, but by the end of the day, where's it going to be? Qualcomm, all of these trade. I mean, all these equities. Not that one. I don't think that was one. Yeah, no, not really that one. Airbnb has already made a huge move yesterday. Made earnings yesterday. But just something to look at if you're wanting to trade equities or even options on equities, then that is another way to look at things. Okay.
Can you throw the equities on a smaller time frame?
Yeah, sure. You can put it on. Let's put on the 30-minute. How's that? So here's the 30-minute, and you can go and look at all these different things. I'm just going. This is Bert's list over here. Bert's watch list. So I was just flipping through his watch list this morning. We can start with Disney again right here. And the long-term direction is bearish. So what I'd be looking for right now is a pullback up into the oversold area. Although the long-term direction is bearish, I'd be looking for something like this: a pull back up to here, and then a move down. Pull back up to here, and then a move down. So in the different states of on the smaller time frame, like right here, JP Morgan, it's almost up to the bullish or oversold. I mean overbought. But you have bearish separation, the long-term bearish separation. So I'd wait on this one till it goes up a little higher. Goldman, I wouldn't do anything with right now in that case. Qualcomm still needs to pull back. The long-term duration is bearish, so it needs to pull back to get up there. But it's all the same stuff with all these things. There's our buddy PayPal. PayPal took a big hit yesterday too. Costco. So, you know, this one right here on the 30-minute is looking pretty bullish. The long-term direction is up, and you're coming out of the oversold area. So the last time it came out of the oversold area, it went like this right here. That was on earnings, though. But yeah, auto on that. Okay. But I just wanted to point that stuff out to you guys. And when I go to
still got it on
equities,
Cisco. Can you drop it to a 5-minute?
Yep. I'll drop it down to a 5-minute. Cisco, here it is. Okay, so long-term duration is bearish right now, and we need that to pull back a little bit to give us a shorting opportunity. But it's just about there. So what it's looking like is it's going to pull back a little bit more up here, probably to the BBC area, and sell off. That's what this Cisco's looking like.
Price flows the same across all markets and all time frames. From support to resistance, back to support, back to resistance, over and over, again and again. It's a never-ending cycle.
It is. And remember, the markets are always doing the same thing. They're always going, you know, like this and like this. In between support and resistance, they're going like this and like this. Like this is your resistance, this is your support. And what we want to teach you how to do is get in here, get out here. Get in here, get out here. Get in here, get out here. And know when you're in this, if you get in here, know to expect it to get down to there. So any one of these intermediate stages, if you don't get in here, then you get in here. If you don't get in here, then you get in here, and you're expecting it to get down to there the whole time. Okay. All right. So let's put this back to gold. And go back to GC. And that's going to be on the J contract. And we'll go back to the 7-tick range. And on the ES, I'm going to bump this down to the 6-tick range again, so it matches up with the DT. Okay. And there. So here, now it matches up with DT. I haven't even looked at DT this morning, but I imagine, you know, looking at this, how many trade setups did we get in here? There would have been continuation trades in here that we would have been able to get into, it looks like, but a lot of chop. This blue off of blue right here. Yeah, one blue off of blue. So far, so it was really choppy. The continuation trades would have been the ones to be getting into, like here and here. But if you just be patient, wait for the pullbacks to the ribbon, then it's a more conservative approach. There are ways that you can do the continuation trades here with this too, like right in here. This would be, well, this actually was a trade. But in here would have been a continuation trade. This actually was a trade. Right here would have been a continuation trade. It would have been better if you waited for it a couple more bars, I think. But right in, nope, that's not a good one. Right here, this was a good one. When the white line's coming out of the oversold. Okay, when everything else is up, the white line's coming out of the oversold. That's what I'm looking at. Like right here. Or right here, I guess this one. All right, back over here to our time. Wow, it's 11:11 already. Man, this morning is just going by really fast. All right, so anybody who's in here who's on the trial, if you have any questions, you know, your trial's about to run out. If you started your trial earlier this week, type them in now. Okay. If you don't know what it takes to become a partner, you should have gotten an email about that yesterday. About 1 o'clock, something like that, Eastern time. but that was yesterday's email. If you don't know what it takes, Randy, you are +5 on gold, +19 on the ES, and +18 on oil this morning. All right, good, Randy. We'll see you at 2.
Good job, Randy.
Consistently profitable. That's all you want to be. Right. Yeah, so we have about 13 minutes left in here before I fill out the spreadsheet, guys. Right. Now, at the end of every session, I fill that spreadsheet out. I couldn't show it in the last thing, but I can tell you guys now. At the end of every session, I filled this spreadsheet out. Okay, and the spreadsheet goes back to January 2nd of 2013. This is January 2nd of 2013 with our daily information. Okay, so all the way down to here is today. So the information that I can put in here right now that I know for sure is that we get our goal in 1 minute, 1 trade, and we're at $200 a contract. So I know I can put that much in there, and that will add these numbers up right here. 7.9 hours so far this year, and $624 average per hour. Those 7.9 hours. The rest of the stuff I'll fill in when we. It's 217, right? 217. I'll be able to fill in the rest of that stuff later. Okay. All right. Again, this is the spreadsheet that we fill out at the bottom of the hour. If you guys are in here on the trial and you don't know about that, that is what we do. Right.
And there, you just scroll past the SPART, or it's right there on the screen now, where it shows net profit with an 8-tick round turn commission, net profit with a $5 round turn commission.
Yeah, that's all right over here. You can do the formula to add that stuff up here too if you want. It's just a lot of information. I didn't want to put up there because it's just, you know,
if it takes you.
I did actually put that formula in somewhere at one point. Let me see. I don't know how far back it was. There it is, right here. So if I copy this formula, what month is this? 2022, July of 2022. I copy that formula and I go down to here. See if it works. I just paste it in. Yeah, that's the after. Right, so if I go back up to July of 2022 and I copy this formula, copy, and I paste it in down here. Right here. Paste. There, 175 with a $5 commission, that's net. And with an $8 commission, that's net. That's if you took all the trades in the morning session. Okay, the gross was 210, and that would be the net if you took all the trades in the morning session.
But once you get your goal for the day, put the mouse away.
Yes. Yeah.
Come back and do it again, come back and do it again, come back and do it again, till you've increased your account balance by $2,000, so you can add another contract. It's all in the 2420 blueprint. Every passport holder gets a copy. Passport holders have lifetime membership with no recurring fees, no upsells, no new shiny objects to buy from us, ever.
Look how ugly that candle is right there, right inside the weekly trading zone. What is it gonna do? Well, you can see the ES is all flat here. You don't want to trade that right now. The crude oil, while I was looking at all that stuff, we had another long trade right here on the crude. Right here, nice long trade. Did anybody get that one? Marco, did you get that one right there? That was a nice long trade right there on the crude. Actually, was it? Yeah, it was. I think. I gotta change the color of the up part of this because that blue is throwing me. That's the dual up band trend. Let's make it a darker blue. Okay, yeah, so that's actually not the ribbon. All right, so it didn't pull back and actually hit the ribbon right there. It pulled back and hit that upper band.
Gold coming together?
No, it's not. It's actually
It's not. I see
falling
it now.
apart.
It's out.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
It's out of the green.
That's how easy it is to see, guys.
Yep.
Pop right out of the green.
Okay. Good, Marco. Okay, so what Marco did, he says, this is a continuation, and what Shalish said is he took it on NinjaTrader because I think it looks a little bit different on Ninja probably. Right now the black is clearly in the green here on crude, so if you got an up close from 62 up to 70, right now is what you'd be buying. That would be a long trade on the crude. Okay. And there, it should have just filled me there. It did just fill me. Okay, so now we get 4 ticks in profit. I'm going to bump the stop to break even. This should go up here. Okay. Oops, I thought it just hit 4 ticks and I tried to throw my stop at break even, but it didn't let me. But it should go up here to 85. That's what it should do. Okay. 69 up to 75. Yeah, it went 6 ticks into profit. I just didn't hit my button fast enough to move the stop. Well, hopefully it's going to move up there anyway, and we won't have to worry about this at all. Take some profit on this. Get up there. Get up there. Okay. Now, I threw my stop at break even because it should have been a break even a minute ago. I know I'm going to end up paying for that because I think this is going to work out. But it should have been a break even when it went up here. And I ended up missing that opportunity. So that is the break even trade for me. Okay, I do think it's going to move up. 82, is that the number that I had to target at? 80 is where I had to target. But 82 is 80 is where it should go up to right now, according to the DOM, and according to the charts, it should go up to 82. Okay, but I am out there right now. And nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Right down that crude. Okay, so right now they were plus 20 on the ES, plus 16 on crude, and we're still minus 10 now on the gold. We have about 5 minutes left in here. Wow. Morning went by really fast. We have about 5 minutes left in here to get, see if we get any other trades. It doesn't look like we're going to right now because, well, you never know. A lot can happen in 5 minutes. But right now the ES is totally flat, so we're not going to get anything there. It's going to have to move significantly and then move back. And the gold is starting to get flat. So it's going to have to do the same thing. And the crude changed from looking bullish to gonna look flat here in a minute, it looks like. So I don't know if I can get anything else in this session. Again, if anybody's in here who's on the trial and you don't know what it takes to become a partner, you can send an email to support@mytradingiq.com or support@cfrn.net. Just put partner info in the header line and we'll send you all you need to get involved with us. Okay. Man, that Malwarebytes that I bought for my phone, Dwayne, that is supposed to block all these robocalls. And it did it for like a day. Now they're all getting through again. That was like $44. But I was hoping it was going to clean my phone up too. They say it will. But the Verizon thing that I got is Verizon Secure. That's what it's called, I think. That is supposed to help with that too. So you see the crude started to move down, the ES started to move down. So it is possible we could get another trade here in the next few minutes. The ES could pull up here and hit the ribbon and give us a short. Okay, now look at that over here. See how it's failing below the zone right now, and we're getting down to the bottom of the hour. So this right now, if this bar closes the bottom of the hour below the weekly trading zone, when European markets close, it'll be important. If this bar ends up giving us a wick at the bottom of the weekly trading zone, and it ends up closing a little bit above it, and the European markets close, I think that's going to be a big deal, one way or the other. I think right now, if it pulls up here and it hits the ribbon, I'm hoping it's just going to fly right through it if it's going to do that, because I don't like to trade when it's right trading zones.
Important to remember, guys, is the weekly trading zone that Michael's showing you there on the chart. That was given to our members Monday morning at 6:15 a.m. Eastern. And here it is Friday, end of the week, and for an hour and a half, the market found support at the zone. Eventually, okay, unless price reverses, it will eventually trade through it. And price is always trying to get to a zone. If price is below the BBC, it's trying to get to the zone below. If price is above the BBC, it's trying to get to the zone overhead. That's simple and never changes.
Right. John, if I could trade just one market, what would it be? Well, it's kind of tough, from day to day to say what it would be. But I'd start out with the ES probably. Right, it's got the most liquidity, the least amount of slippage.
It's liquid around the clock. You can trade it as easily at 2 a.m. as you can at 2 p.m.
Yeah. And it gives a good solid number of trade setups too. Like the crude just gave a trade right here. I just missed that. Sorry about that. It was from right up here, 76.55. I could get another 10 or 11 ticks on that. I'm watching the ES. I was so focused on the ES, I just totally forgot about the crude. This was a nice trade right here on the crude. If anybody got that one. See, the ES didn't get in there, and we only have 30 seconds left, so I don't think I'm going to take any more trades. I wish I would have taken this crude trade, though. I wasn't paying attention to that at all. I was so focused over here on this one. You got that? You got 8 ticks on that, Marco? Good. Sweet. Rub it in. Rub it in, mister. Well, you know what? It was 60 degrees here. Yeah, how did that feel? Daniel keeps sending me pictures of his ski trips where everything is just covered in snow, and yeah, I used to like that a long time ago. I was a younger man. It wasn't that long ago actually when I was on the ski team. I was a moderator, mentor, or whatever it is on the ski team for Jake.
Good job, Marco.
All right, that's it, guys. It is time to do the spreadsheet. It looks like the ES is going to really try to give us one more trade right here. And, well, it's trying. But anyway, it's time to do the spreadsheet. So let me fill this thing out. Okay, we'll watch this thing. It's pulling back up to the zone, but it did actually just give, I think it just gave a trade setup. Or maybe it didn't give the whole trade setup yet. But anyway, today is the 17th. And today in crude oil, we're at plus 16 ticks. In gold, we finished out at minus 10. And on the ES, we ended up with plus 20. Okay, so we're plus 310 today. At 1 minute, one trade. You get $200 a contract, and not $200, $200 total. And today we took 5, 10, 13, 17 trades today. Okay, so now this is the 13th day of the month. 32 out of 33 days. Second day since the blue day, and 380 consecutive business days since our last red day. That makes this a 33, and this a 32 out of 33, and this a 380. All right, guys. So again, if you're going to read this, you got to read all the CFTC risk disclosures down at the bottom. Today, the 17th day of February, 2023, we made 16 ticks on the crude. We lost 10 in gold. We made 20 on the ES, put us at 310 on the morning session. Today, it took 1 minute and one trade to get to the goal for the day. That borrowed $200 a contract. We took a total of 17 trades today. So on the month now, we're $4,540. It's over 13 trading days, averaging $349 per contract per 2-hour trading day. On the year, we've gone 32 out of 33 days getting our goal, and we've now gone 2 days since our last blue day and 380 days since our last red day. Okay, I think instead of saying negative, I'll say blue or yellow day since our last, oops, blue or yellow day. There. Okay, we've gone 2 days since our last blue or yellow day. We did get the goal for the day on that day, and we gave it back, sadly. All right, so on the year now, that puts us at $12,872, averaging $390 per contract per 2-hour trading day. And this is where you want to be, right? This is where you want to be. Quit trading when you get your goal for the day and add 1 contract a month. If you did that so far this year, you would have only had to work 7.91 hours, and you would have averaged at least $624 per hour during those 7.91 hours. Now that does not mean you gotta sit down for an hour and make $624. What that means is if you take the total number of minutes that I've traded getting my goal, so far this month I've traded 120 minutes or 2 hours getting my goal. And in those 2 hours, I managed to make $2,440. No, that's not right. I managed to make, I guess it is right, $2,440. That's what that means, okay? So whatever that is, 2 hours divided by that is what it works out to be. And that divided by 2 hours is what it works out to be so far this month. But last month we had a couple of long days. That's why that number is, this number is not as big as you would think. Anyway, to get into the next session, the ES did have another trade here and it's working out right now. Sorry, not here, here. Okay, I put the trade on. I'm not counting it toward the room, but I put the trade on. Just so, because, well, I like to make money too. It should go all the way down here to 40.55. Okay, 40.55 is what that should go down to. I'll highlight that for you right now. Go all the way down here to 40.55. Right. That should go down to, it just took me out of break even, but that's where it should go down to. Now, to get into the next session, which starts at the top of the hour, go here to mytradingiq.com and scroll down to right here, big giant letters, join our noon session, recap of live training and trade alerts. Click there and fill out the form. Once you fill out that form, you'll be sent a link to get into that session, prior to that session, every single business day until you cancel. Now, I'm going to come back at 12:40 and do a recap of what I've done in here. And then at 1 p.m., we'll be streaming live again from TradingView, okay, at 1 p.m. So that one, if you go to, let me just refresh this. To get into that one at 1 p.m., go here to community, at tradingview.com, go to community, live streams, and it'll look like this. Recent streams, this is the one, this is one we cut off at 10:30. But if you go down here, even further down to upcoming streams, this one right here, click on this and you'll be able to get into that stream at 1 o'clock. It's 1 to 1:30 this afternoon. Okay, so that's in about an hour and a half. All right, guys, again, if you, all right, Jay, awesome. If you're in here and you're on the trial, and you don't know what it takes to become a partner, send us an email at support@cfrn.net or support@mytradingiq.com. Just put partner info in the header and we'll get the information out. And if you're in here and you're on the trial and you haven't downloaded the charting platform yet, what's wrong with you? No, download the charting platform. Okay, to get the charting platform, go here to mytradingiq.com, go to trading platforms, whichever one you want, download it. You know, I'm using DT Pro in here and I'm using TradingView in here. We also have NinjaTrader down here at the bottom, okay? If you have a NinjaTrader account, you're gonna have to give us your machine ID and then just download and import this zip file, all right? Download and import that zip file, and that is gonna give you your own workspace that'll be preloaded with everything on it, okay? Once we get your machine ID and we set you up. Okay, so that's how you do the Ninja Trader. This is how you do the Trading View, and this is how you do the GT Pro. All right, that's it, guys. With that, I'm going to wrap it up for the morning session. It's been a good morning, a long morning, and it seemed like it went by really fast though. And here we are right now, at the bottom of that 30-minute candle. The hour has closed, and it was a bearish close down below this weekly trading zone. So what is going to happen next? I think it's going down to the midpoint. I don't know, but we'll see. All right. That is really, have a great weekend, Marco, and everyone else that came. Thanks for coming today. Thanks for the questions. All that
I'm going to grab the screens back for just a second.
Okay.
When you're done.
All right. I'm done. So you can grab them back now. I'll see you at 12:40.
Okay. All right, guys. This morning, when we started out, you could see me doing all kind of stuff on the charts, but my microphone on the streaming software was turned off. Everyone in the room was able to hear it, but those listening via YouTube were not able to hear it. So what we're going to do is we have a backup recording. We're going to upload that backup recording. But what I was talking about was price getting below the BVC. The next area for support on the daily chart is at the 24% Feb retracement. And then here, and then here, and then at the 38% Feb retracement. This may be the beginning of a big down leg. We've been in a downtrend since March 29th of last year. The low of the downtrend was put in on this day, October 13th. Now, I also showed the concierge trade alerts which went out to all members and free trial members last night at 7:25 p.m. Eastern. Okay, each market has a long and a short target. And on the ES, this is where the market opened. The vertical line separates today from Thursday. We consolidated at the zone. We dropped to the target. We hit the weekly trading zone, the one Michael's been talking about all morning. When the market finds support, it's going to go look for resistance. When price moves up to a zone, we expect resistance. When price drops to a zone, we expect support. Support, 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 until proven otherwise. Now, once it takes out the low of the current candle, it will attempt to get to this zone right here. There's the Dow from support to resistance. Price opened here, hit the short target, hit the weekly zone. Market finds support, it's going to go look for resistance, and it found it at the weekly zone. On the Russell, we opened here, consolidated at the zone, dropped to the target, bounced, and right here, this bearish cross, okay, as price was approaching the bearish cross, it backed off. That's almost always good resistance. When you have a bearish cross that leads to an extended move to the downside, the first time price gets back to that area, you can almost always expect it to be good resistance. As you can see, it basically lines up right here with this previous swing high that we had yesterday afternoon going into the close. On the NQ, same thing, market open, consolidated at the zone, dropped to the target, found support at the zone, bounced, found resistance at the BBC. We've now finally traded through that zone. We've taken out the previous low, and we're approaching this zone, 1226/61. And crude oil, market opened here, came right down to the target, came down to the zone, found support, bounced, found resistance. When the market finds support, it's going to go look for resistance. When it finds resistance, it's going to go look for support. It's pretty simple, over and over, again and again. Boom. Pretty easy to get your goal for the day early on. No need to stare at the charts all day. So we're going to wrap this up, and then we're going to start again at 12 noon Eastern. There's two ways to join the afternoon broadcast. You can go to mytradingiq.com, scroll down to where it says afternoon broadcast, click the link, complete the 30-second registration form, and then every trading day going forward, you'll get an email an hour before the afternoon broadcast starts. All you have to do at 12 noon Eastern is click the link in the email. That gives you access to the question box so you can ask questions and participate in the discussion. The other way to join the afternoon broadcast, because it is open to the public, is to simply go to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/CFRN. So thanks everyone who turned out today, and we will see you at the top of the hour.